First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, and then you win. Thank you all so much for tuning into another segment, another very, very important segment of Mikasa Sukasa, and I am your host, Niko House. We do have some breaking news. CNN, which obviously acts as a mouthpiece for the deep state, has gone on a full-out war against YouTubers, independent media, and essentially anyone who refuses to tout the mainstream narrative. Now, a lot of you are new to this channel, but some of you will remember a video that I did. It was about in February, where it was called How I Know We Are Winning. And I talk about things like what we saw with the missile strike in Syria this past time. As in, they're doing random strikes to see if they can galvanize us behind their cause. They're formulating these marches because we won't simply believe them off of the lack of fact or logic that they have. So they want to get us emotionally riled up. They have been attacking us, demeaning us, degrading us. And it hasn't worked. But this time they're going to come for our pockets. CNN Money has posted an article telling YouTube and the rest of the world that YouTube has been giving ad money to extreme conspiracy theorist channels. Now, obviously, Alex Jones was mentioned. Alex Jones is always mentioned, but Alex Jones, we have to protect him because, well, if Alex Jones can be taken down, anybody can. Like, with that being said, also want to say this to Alex Jones: if you actually care about the health of the rest of the YouTube network and the rest of independent journalism, you have to tone it down. You have to tone down with the conspiracy theories, because there are times where you do tout conspiracy theories in dangerously close to aggressive rhetoric. And it's true. Now, he's never all out attacked anybody. Obviously, he's never been in a physical altercation, but you get close and that's dangerous for us. But even still, if Alex Jones can be put out to pasture, we can as well. And proof of this is what CNN Money said about Jimmy Dore. They actually attacked Jimmy Dore. They said, right after they talk about neo-Nazis, then the next line they talk about Alex Jones, of course, who's being sued right now, which I even said was not a coincidence. Right after that, Jimmy Dore, the extreme leftist conspiracy theorist who called the chemical attack a hoax in Syria. First of all, let me be very clear about something. The onus of proof, the onus of the necessity to put forth evidence to attacks claimed by the mainstream media is no longer on the independent media. So let me just go ahead and say that. And why is that? Well, remember what we said about James Comey? We were right. We said that he was clearly in Hillary Clinton's pocket and he was batting for her. We were correct. Remember what we said about Andrew McCabe? Well, not only did the FBI vindicate us, but the Office of Inspector General report also vindicated us. Remember all those conflict of interest we discussed time and time again? Remember how we said that there was something wrong with the Seth Rich situation? And you all called us conspiracy theorists, and yet the DC Metro Police Department Chief of Police stepped down after she vehemently disagreed with the idea that it was a botched robbery. Rod Wheeler, private investigator hired by the family, came out and told us some very valuable information that MSM tried to cover up and spin. The Russiagate hoax has been debunked over and over and over and over again. The Uranium One has been debunked over and to the point where there are indictments already in place. Jimmy Dore has done nothing but tell the truth and ask for evidence and ask for proof. The same thing that we have asked for evidence, have asked for proof. The same way that if we presented something with, if we said that, hey, somebody tried to hack our entire democracy and said, oh, by the way, this is based off of a totally anonymous source, we would have been laughed at. But Jimmy Dore, nor myself, nor Tim Black, nor H.A. Goodman, nor Kyle Kulinski, nor Mike Figueredo of the Humanist Report, nor the Rational National, nor Jamarl Thomas, none of us, none of the names that I can think of off the top of my head have ever had to retract a story that was totally and 100% completely false. But CNN has multiple times. The New York Times has multiple times. ABC had to suspend somebody, and I believe they even fired somebody. But you have the unadulterated gall to call us conspiracy theorists? Ben Swann, who was literally reported with 100% accuracy to the degree where the mainstream took him off the air, luckily he was able to come back. They took him off the air because of his accurate reporting. And guess what he just covered? The fact that Owan went boots on ground in Syria. And there has been absolutely, talking to the residents, there's been absolutely no report of a chemical attack. Coincidentally enough, Macron was one of the ones who claimed, well, Syria and Russia just made the evidence disappear. So we're supposed to believe a corrupt neoliberal who's had a history of lying. A corrupt government in the United States who has had a history of lying to fulfill their foreign agenda. And Theresa May, who nobody likes anyway, over boots on ground reporting, over Ben Swann, who is 100% accurate in his reporting and who has been so accurate that the mainstream took him down and fired him. Where his fellow reporters, his colleagues that were on that network were disgusted with what happened to him and how he was treated because he's been that accurate. This is scary, people, because I don't know if you understand this, but CNN, that's CNN money. That's where that's where minds are changed. That's where speculation is had. And they didn't only list the companies, the big name companies that were giving ads to conspiracy theorists and extremist left-wing channels. They put their stock symbol and linked their stocks, people. They are trying to take us down. But the beautiful part about all of this is, like I said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, so you know what comes next. We are winning. We refused to buy into their conspiracies about Russia. We refused to allow them to turn us into a bunch of xenophobic assholes who hate Russia simply because they speak Russian. We refused to buy into the McCarthyism. We refused to buy into their demonization of an optometrist. An optometrist, people. An optometrist. That's what Assad is. An optometrist. The killer optometrist. I swear, it's like a damn Hollywood movie like that you would find in the 70s where they would make fun of like the super killer optometrist from the Twilight Zone. Like, he's an optometrist. But hey, you didn't lie to us about Libya, right? You didn't lie to us about Benghazi. Oh, that's right. Special Forces, or excuse me, former CIA consultant came out and told us exactly what happened in Benghazi. And I'll post that link below. Hillary was hiding information Oklahoma City bombing? Oh, the guy who actually was called first. And because he didn't take the job, they tried to assassinate him. Also in that video that I'll link below. You've been lying to us. You lied to us about Iraq. You lied to us about Libya. You lied to us about Afghanistan. You convinced soldiers to kill millions of Muslims. You won't even talk about Yemen. But we're the conspiracy theorists? Your rhetoric has propagated the deaths of millions overseas. And you have the nerve to attack Jimmy Dore for holding you all accountable? And what's most disgusting about all of this is Jimmy Dore warned TYT. He said, if you keep this up, they are going to come after all of us, including you. The fusion deal isn't permanent. TYT forgets they are competition. And they're being hung out to dry less than a week after they claim demonetization isn't censorship. So why then would CNN post on their stock, where they analyze stocks in the market, why would they then try to go on a full out assault on our monetization ability if it's not censorship? Geniuses, this is bigger than your ambition. This is bigger than all of us. But take solace in knowing that if they are attacking us, if they're attacking Jimmy, who, admittedly enough, most people before the election had no idea who he was, that means we're winning. And so I tell Jimmy, as a friend, as a colleague, as a supporter, and primarily before anything else, as a fan, congratulations. You got under their skin. Because before, they never mentioned any of us. They would only call us conspiracy YouTubers. And now they're calling you out by name. Which means that they're paying attention. You know that they're watching. And that you have been effective. We are taking their audiences. We are taking this world by storm. And we are bringing the truth that has been absent from the Fourth Estate for far, far too long. This is why I created the MCSC network. This is why our community networking and news platform, Just Inform, was created and will be launching next week, where you will be able to monetize. You will be able to live stream. You'll be able to post pictures of your cat all you want to, but we will not force someone's timeline to repress and suppress news so you can see more cats. If you follow somebody for news, then you can go ahead and do so. You will be able to write your articles, your thoughts, and publish them, free of Facebook assaulting your algorithms that allow you to be seen. It would not be a propagation of mainstream media, mainstream rhetoric, mainstream propaganda. Just Inform is for you. Everything that you've needed in a platform, that we've been asking for, that we've been begging for, will be right here. And we will help promote you. If you have something worth saying, then ladies and gentlemen, you will be seen. If you rely on the independent media, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you need to be at. Thank you all so much for your love and all your support. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for doing what you do. Just know that obviously the world is listening. Because like I said, I remember whenever TYT's main show was the most popular show. And now Jimmy Dore's channel gets hundreds of thousands of views in a couple of days. Which is awesome, because Jimmy has done nothing but tell the truth. And he doesn't claim to be this super intellectual academic. Jimmy Dore interviews candidates. Jimmy Dore interviews everyday people. Jimmy Dore's a comedian, for crying out loud. But now apparently he's Jimmy Dore, the conspiracy theorist. First, they ignore you. And they laugh at you. And they attack you. And then you win. Drop that link. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.